This is your WINOL Radio News update on Wednesday the 14th of October. I'm Olivia Martin. Today's headlines. Remains of Henry V's warship has been found in the River Hamble. Green Party membership soars since October last year. And latest figures show that you are more likely to be tasered by police if you're black. Now, it's been an exciting week for archaeologists in Hampshire as remains of Henry V's warship has been discovered buried deep beneath the River Hamble. Our reporter Caroline Newty was at the scene and spoke to local archaeology expert Paul Everall.
It's potentially very interesting. There's a lot of work still to be done in terms of surveying and actually what they call ground truthing, so digging down and perhaps revealing the ship. But obviously as a theory it's quite exciting. I guess we'll have to wait and see what they find when they investigate what they found.
Green Party membership figures in Hampshire have risen to more than 3 times the number since October last year. Our reporter Elliot Buckley spoke to Chris Blumell, Southampton's district coordinator for the Green Party.
Well, I'm delighted to say that Southampton and District Green Party, which is the party that I coordinate, has risen in the last 18 months from less than 100 to over 500, and this has been incredible, and this has enabled us to stand candidates in every part of the city in the local elections, as well as a wide number of parliamentary seats. Politics in the UK has reached a point where nothing is predictable, really.
Recent studies show that black people are 3 times more likely to have a taser used against them than anyone else in England and Wales. These findings have been recently revealed by the Home Office. Lauren Clark has the story.
Tasers. The electric stun gun used by police over 38,000 times in England and Wales over the past 5 years. And now new research shows that black people are 3 times more likely than white people to be tasered. This week, the University of Winchester hosted a Diversity Week to spread awareness of similar issues. And I spoke to Shakira Penfold, the president of the African, Caribbean and Asian Society.
Not every black person's aggressive, not every black person is violent. So not only are the police stereotyping the black people are going to stereotype the police, and there's going to be a breakdown of trust.
But the Police Federation in Hampshire insists that tasers are used effectively, and John Apter, the chairman, said we should even have more.
It matters not whether you're white, black, male, female, gay or straight, it doesn't matter. The taser is used to prevent serious harm being inflicted on police officers.
With campaigns to increase the amount of police officers who are trained to use tasers, whether we like them or not, we could see more on our streets in the future. Lauren Clark, Winchester News Online.
Hampshire's cultural and community grants were awarded to charities and organisations around the country last month. But how will this money affect those who it's been given to? And what about those who've been denied funding? Our community correspondent Alice Wheatley has this.
There have been songs of joy this week, as charities and organisations have been awarded money from Hampshire's Community Fund. I spoke to Charlie Fletcher from the Urban Vocal Group to see what the grant means to them.
It's been hard fundraising over the last couple of months, last 6 months, so HCC, it was an absolute blessing. You do get to the end of your tether sometimes, when you're trying to show the difference that you're making and how important it is what you're doing. And people are just saying, oh yeah, we like what you're doing, but you're not getting money. It's that's what I was getting for the last 6 months. So when HCC went, here's a grant, it was just like, thank you.
I caught up with Roy Chatfield from Test Valley Arts to see how the grant will benefit them.
It would have been impossible to do the project. With the grant, it enables us to get match funding from Test Valley, and that makes it affordable. Otherwise, with all our other commitments, we wouldn't have been able to do it. It wouldn't have happened.
But what about those who didn't receive a grant? Councillor Andrew Gibson tells me why some of the charities were unsuccessful.
It's really on a case-by-case basis. Some of the applications simply don't fit into the remit of the grant category, and so obviously they get rejected. There are, we just don't give money away. There are conditions in each of the grant categories.
I spoke to some of the organisations that didn't receive the money, and they said they haven't given up hope as their bids are to be re-evaluated in the near future. Alice Wheatley, Winchester News Online.
53% of teachers are considering quitting in the next 2 years, according to a survey by the National Union of Teachers. Of this, 61% say it's because of the workload and 57% say they want a better work-life balance. Our education reporter, Letty Buxton, spoke to the Regional Secretary for the NUT, Paddy Marshall.
Struggling to recruit new teachers to the profession. Teacher training figures have been down from the intended numbers for several years now, and this is going to merely exacerbate what is rapidly becoming a crisis of teacher recruitment.
A level crossing in Chandler's Ford is being closed by Network Rail in an effort to stop fatalities on train tracks. It is due to be replaced by a footbridge in July 2016 to maintain access to Valley Park and improve safety. We asked local residents what they think.
I use it nearly every day, going and coming back, sort of thing, so I'm not very happy.
As long as it's accessible for mothers with pushchairs and things like that.
Yes, and cyclists.
And older people, obviously. But yeah, anything for safety.
Now, Southampton has shown its dominance in the cruise industry once again by scooping the prize Best UK Cruise Departure Port for the 7th time running. Our transport reporter, Hannah Quinn, spoke to Southampton City Councillor Satvir Kaur about the award.
The cruise industry is a massive part of the city. It's been going for hundreds of years. It really is part of the fabric of this area.
The Great Waste launched its redesign last Saturday. Local students from schools and colleges in Hampshire had one day to turn 1 tonne of recycled clothing into various outfits. The winning students from King's College will have their denim creation featured on the catwalk next April at Winchester Guildhall. Carol Hussey from Winchester City Council spoke to WINOL's Abby Cooper about the event.
The Great Waste Project is to bring awareness to the people across the Winchester district to increase their recycling and reduce the amount of waste they produce. We've had a number of events through the year, from the Love Food Hate Waste event at River Cottage, we've had Swap and Swish events, workshops, a repair cafe. It's been really amazing. We've had a fantastic response.
The public can also enter their outfits into the competition by March 11th. And joining me now in the studio is our sports editor Intisar Ali, who has the latest for us.
Yeah, Basingstoke are doing really bad in their own league, the National League South. They're actually in the bottom of the league on the 22nd place with 12 games played. But in the qualification to the FA Cup, they have won the 2 games with 8 goals in total. So we think there's hope for them. We're going to cover them on Saturday, the 24th of October, so please log in to winol.co.uk to watch the highlights. Totton is on the 15th place of their league, a league underneath Basingstoke, the Division 1 and South West League. Last Saturday they played Tiverton Town home and they drew. Totton were unhappy with the score and with the referee. Winchester has played 10 games in the same league as Totton, but they're on the 11th place in the league table, doing better than Totton. They were promoted to Division 1 South and West in June. And the latest we have is Eastleigh FC are getting a new manager. There's a lot of speculations on who it's going to be, but we think it's going to be announced this week. So please keep an eye on winol.co.uk for the latest updates on this. That's all we had from sports, and back to you, Olivia.
Thank you, Intisar. And now in the studio with me is our features editor, Ryan McAndrew. So what's been going on this week?
Well, I think one of our highlights this week is certainly Sophie Hallam's video on the ultimate burger.
Oh.
Yeah, so she has jumped on the foodie bandwagon at the moment, and she's created a burger with a lovely brioche bun. She made the burger out of mincemeat herself, which is obviously something that I wouldn't bother doing, but it looks fantastic. She's got a bit of bacon in there, a nice bit of crispy lettuce, and it honestly is a fantastic video. So make sure you go over to winol.co.uk to check that out.
Okay, and what about in travel and leisure?
Well, Sarah Hymers went to the Winchester Science Centre because it is Space Week this week, which is amazing. And with the recent news that there used to be water on Mars, or there still is water on Mars, she went to check out all the stuff that was happening in space at their special events. So make sure you have a look at that.
And in fashion, because I could do with some help, I think.
No, you don't need any
What could you
fashion
tell
help.
me about fashion?
Well, this week, our fashion writer Holly has put together her 5 top looks for the denim skirt. Now, what she is saying is that skirts are not just for summer, they definitely take you into the autumn as well. And with a chunky denim skirt, it is a really good look.
And denim's back in?
Denim is back. I don't think denim was ever out, Liv.
Really?
Yeah, but she has got her top 5 looks that are going to take you from the day into the night time. She's got campus looks if you're on a long autumn walk. I mean, it's a great video, so make sure you check that out for all your denim skirt advice.
And what have you got for menswear?
Well, as unemployment figures were released today, they are down, which is a really good thing, but there obviously are still people that are looking for jobs. So I've put together top looks for an interview. So obviously getting suited up, making sure that you've got the best clothing on that will make you get that dream job.
And can you give me any advice?
Well, I say leave those paisley and garish patterns at home. Get a nice wool coat to go on the top, a nice patterned scarf. That will get you through those autumn mornings. And then I think walk into that reception and say, I am here for my interview with some sass, and that job is yours.
Thank you very much, Ryan. For all of our features, news and sport, make sure you check out winol.co.uk. That's all from us this week. Tune in next Wednesday for WINOL Radio with Lauren Clark.